if she were a superhero, she would be Wonder Woman, and she would be able to fly.
Okay. Thank you.
My teacher's name is Miss Horn. If she was a superhero, her name will be Super Horn. Her special ability will be she will help us learn.
Perfect.
My teacher's name is Miss Rand, and if she was a superhero, her name would be the Changer, and her superpower would be to change D and F students to A students.
My teacher's name is Miss Williams. If she was a superhero, her name would be Super Williams. And her superpowers would be that she could shoot pencils out of her arms.
My teacher's name is Mrs. Wilhelmy. If she was a superhero, her name would be Miss Math. She would teach everybody math, and she would be such a great superhero.
My teacher's name is Miss McConaughey. If she was a superhero, her name would be Telegirl. Her superpowers would be telekinesis, and instead of writing down our thoughts on paper, she could just zap it into our mind and she would know exactly what we were thinking.
My teacher's name is Miss Beach, and if she was a superhero, her name would be Math Wizard. She would have the powers to put math and put it in our brains. And she'll just be a math wizard.
My teacher's name is Miss Page, and if she was a superhero, her superhero name would be Miss Pagey Wagey.
And her superpowers would be to make people read with her deadly look.
My teacher's name is Miss Mead, and if she was a superhero, her name would be Marvelous Mead. And her powers would be she was always encouraging to all of us.
My teacher's name is Miss Kiejas, and if she was a superhero, her name would be Super Learning Girl. And her special powers would be helping people do things they wouldn't want to do, and helping people learn.
My teacher's name is Mrs. Elliott, and if she were a superhero, her superhero name would be Thinkatron. Anything she thought of would appear.
My teacher's name Mrs. Gavigan, and if she was a superhero, her name would be Super Math Magician, and her power is to answer any math question in the world.
My teacher's name is Miss Pearson. If she was a superhero, her name would be Magnificent Miss Pearson. Her superhero power would be that if the nouns were all wrong, she would fix them plural, regular, and she could make them capital. She could make them every way they need to be.
My teacher's name is Miss White. If she was a superhero, her name would be Super White. And if she had superpowers, her superpowers would be mind reading, and she could shoot lasers out of her eyes.
My teacher's name is Mrs. Nolan. If she was a superhero, her name would be Super Nolan, and her special powers would be to help kids learn how to read and write and do math problems and all that other stuff that you do in school.
My teacher's name is Mr. Blakeman. If he were a superhero, his name would be Super Blakeman, and his superpowers would be lasers coming out of his eyes.
Could they help you be smarter?
You mean if she was...
All right, wait a second.
My teacher is Miss McSwain. If she was a superhero, she would be named Mighty Miss McSwain. She could fly. She has good eye vision, and she could write very fast so that she would be good great at writing.
My teacher's name is Miss McConaughey, and if she were a superhero, her name would be Speed Grader, and she could grade papers in only a millisecond.